Hi everybody, welcome to the Chuck and Lisa show. We are in our living room. Lisa's smiling face is right in front of me, and she gave me the finger, of course, while she's smiling. Everybody say hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Darcy.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, welcome everybody. We're glad you joined us. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to talk about some interesting topics as usual.
And maybe some not so interesting topics. But it's okay because it's our house.
That's right. You're sitting in our living room with our cat, and our dogs are out in the front yard barking.
And the dishwasher is that noise.
And the dishwasher is the click, click, click sound you hear in the background. Or you don't hear, depending on where you are. And Mr. Dershey, how are you today, sir?
Better than I deserve to be, but you knew that already.
I love that you say that every time. It's like your trademark. That in truth is free.
Nope.
What?
No free ads.
No free ads. Well, we do free ads for everybody. We don't have any sponsors, and who do we endorse? We endorse Black Rifle Coffee, of course, and I endorse Yuengling.
You do.
And what else is there? We stay off track more than we stay on track, and we like it that way. Yeah. Speaking of that, I want to start the show before I even tell you where we are by throwing this to Miss Lisa.
Yeah, so last week, sorry if I was having an off week. Having an off week. I came home, I went to get something out of Chuck's truck, I opened the back hatch, got something out of there, and the thing just slammed on my head. Slammed this and threw me for a loop. Like, I'm pretty sure I had a slight or not so slight concussion last week. So, I was...
Well, before the show, I asked you if you were alright.
And you said, stop making that mean face.
You were making a really mean face. I couldn't figure out what it was.
My head hurt.
Well, I didn't realize that, and I apologize on my own.
I kept telling you.
I didn't realize it was that hard of a hit.
Oh, well, you never know, though. Sometimes you think it's just a little bit,
right?
But I don't know. It hurt.
Right.
And I didn't like it.
Well,
or like it.
I'm glad you're in a much better mood today.
Yeah.
And you're back to being you.
Yeah.
Being hurt never helps. You see when I get hurt.
Well, I also warn people at work sometimes when they say, "How's Chuck today?" I said, "He's not feeling so good. Maybe you shouldn't call him." Seriously, I do.
Who do you tell that to? A
mango.
A mango. That's funny. All right, so. Mr. Dershey, would you start the show by telling everybody where they can reach us and find us and call in and join us? Please do. We love live audiences.
Yes, please call in. You can get to the Chuck and Lisa show at 201-439-8092. It's 201-439-8092. You need a show ID, which is 820-07366. 820-07366. 766. I'll post it on YouTube and also in the Patriot Journalist in just a minute.
Very good. Hold that up there just a second, if you would. Miss Lisa wants to promote that to her friends in her group, and we like having her friends in her group and our friends in the group and everything. We want this show to be fun stuff, not politics. Mr. Dershey and I have a show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. where we talk about politics strictly.
Although every day you keep asking me who I like.
I do, because I'm really curious, and we're going to talk about that tonight.
We're going to talk about that a little bit, and maybe every week a little teeny bit, but not in a disparaging way.
Right? No.
That's not what I'm here
when you
for.
talk about your candidates, you're just going to give us your perspective of who you think is going to be the strong horse in this race for your side.
We're not going to make those little huffy noises.
No huffy noises. I'm going to hand the floor to you at that point, and you just say what your heart means.
Right, because you keep asking me.
I know. I do keep asking, so I think it's a good idea to do that.
Right.
So, very good. You can call in at 201-439-8092. And then when you get in there, you're going to have to put in the show ID. It's 82007366. Please join us. We don't bite that hard anyway. Miss Lisa, where can we find... well, I guess first it'll be me. You can find me...
Why is it first you?
You know what? Ladies first.
Why is it first you?
Go ladies first.
I was wondering why is it first you.
No, I agree with that. Go ahead, ladies first.
Alright, you can find me on Louise on Twitter. And if you're looking for Chuck, you can look at my pinned tweet and I will tell you where he is, which is not on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, but I only friend my friends there. Although I do have a page called The Best of North Carolina, which you can look at.
Right.
I have another page called Vintage Velma, which isn't really up and running yet. Another page called Nellis Island, which is not quite up and running yet, but sometimes I post recipes on.
Yeah. Well, they need to be up and running.
No, they're not running recipes.
I know.
They're running.
I'd be smelling them.
Yeah, right. They're running. They're just not current. I have a writing page called Louise.blog, which, yes, I have not updated since April, but I will be working on this weekend. You shall talk.
I hope so. You're a great writer.
I probably have 4 major things to post there.
Good.
I write for Ladies of Speed.
Yes, you do.
It's just look up Ladies of Speed, you'll find it. It's ladiesofspeed.org and look up Lisa, I'm guessing. Yeah, or you could just look around. I write for Bubba Wallace, and I'm also one of the editors.
That's cool. So it's ladiesofspeed.org is where they need to go.
Right.
Anywhere else?
I'm all over the place.
Twitter, Clout Hub, Facebook.
Yeah, Clout Hub, not so much just because...
You're just waiting for it to develop a little bit more.
I'm waiting for it to be edited a little bit more.
Yep. And your Vintage Velma finds.
Right.
I want to make sure we cover that.
Vintage Velma finds at Etsy.com. It's also just starting, but more to come.
She has a lot of great stuff that's going to be up there for sale. I see a lot of them every day, and they're stored all over the place.
It just shows up in little bursts.
We've been planning on doing this for years for her store.
So if there's anything you're looking for, let me know. But right now it's just jewelry, but there's going to be Pyrex.
Tons of Pyrex.
And tons of coffee mugs.
Cool coffee mugs.
Lots of cool coffee mugs.
A lot of vintage or not quite 50 years old, most of it. But
vintage is 25.
All right, and 50
So by the way, your daughter is vintage.
And I'm an antique.
Yeah. So no, vintage is like pretty much almost all the stuff we have.
Yeah, vintage at least.
Yep.
We like old stuff. It's fun.
And I'm good at finding stuff.
All right.
Anyway.
Are you done?
No.
Have you covered over here?
Yes, my antique husband.
I am.
Who, by the way, got upset. Well, not upset, but surprised at Golden Corral this weekend when you said, "Do you have a military discount?" And the lady goes, "Sir, I already gave you the senior discount."
And it says on their sign 60, and I'm like a year and a half short of that now. But then again, I am a hairy gray guy, so
it's the hair.
it's a big beard.
She was like
gray
20,
hair.
so
Yeah,
she didn't know.
She didn't know. So anyway, you go check out Lisa. I mean, she's got so much cool stuff going on. She's a very talented lady. And I, of course, am Chuck Nellis. We're down a rabbit hole.
And I am available for freelance writing.
And bar mitzvahs.
Not bar mitzvahs. I don't have to. Although, you know what?
Don't forget to try the veal.
Although I could probably do a stand-up.
You could easily do it. Yes, no doubt. I am Chuck Nellis, if you didn't already know that.
Oh, God.
I know. I'm either notorious or noted. It depends on your point of view.
But don't Google him.
Well, if you Google me, the first thing you're going to find is my haters attacking me. And I really take great pride in that because
or your
it's
father's
just hilarious.
criminal record.
Stop. That's crazy.
You said that.
I know. I'm joking. So, you can find me. I am at Chuck Nellis, and I'm everywhere except for Facebook. On Facebook, I'm at a different site. So I'm at Chuck Nellis on Clout Hub, Parler,
Instagram. You always forget Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram. I always forget that too. USA .life. What's it called now?
What about
WeGo.
WigiWa?
Yeah, WigiWa is now called WeGo, so they changed the name.
No, I call it WigiWa.
That's cool. I'm on Gab. I'm on Tumblr.
You're still on Gab?
Yeah, I skipped that account.
Okay.
It's long. I don't use it much, but I do keep it because I want to keep an eye on stuff. Tumblr and MeWe. Tumblr, I'm quickly unfollowing people because, man, there's a lot of porn there, and I'm just, no, sorry, I got better things to do than porn. What was that? Wee chat room. So you can find me on all those sites as at Chuck Nellis, and you can find me on Facebook as chuck.nellis.7. And I think that's enough. I think that's more than enough, actually. It's a lot of places. Mr. Dershey, my venerable producer and co-host of our show. Where can we find you, sir?
Usually behind this microphone on 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights in the the Right Side of Politics, and 9:30 occasionally on the Chuck and Lisa show. But you can also find me as at Dersh on CloudHub, USA.life, MeWe, WeGo, Parler. You won't find me on Twitter, and I trash my Gab account, so you won't find me there either. Even though right now my stupid...
Because they were mean.
A stupid screen, which I haven't updated in about 4 weeks, still says I'm on Gab, but I'm not. But it's at Dersh at all those different places.
It protects engines better than conventional motor oil.
You are the man. And usually you're trying to avoid people. Except that, you know what? Yeah, exactly. I don't want to. So cool. It's good. How is? Oh, you know what? Miss Lisa just took a visitation, and it's between you and me for the next minute or two. Tell me briefly, not about the event last night, but what the traffic was like and how congested Orlando was because of the show. Because of Mr. Trump's.
Thankfully, I wasn't
speech.
down there, but from what I hear, it was an absolute nightmare. Well, it's a nightmare on a normal night in Orlando.
Is it?
Yeah, mainly because right now they are turning our main highway, which is I-4. Which, you know, you've been here. You've been here. Goes to the town.
Yes.
They're turning it into one of those pay diamond lanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
oh, wow.
every street and every road from here to Disney is just shredded right now.
Crud. That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, so it's
You
an
say
absolute
paved
nightmare.
or pay?
Pay.
It's one of
No,
those,
toll.
Yeah,
those
toll road.
HUV or HOV, what is it? High octane. But it's one of those toll ones which
Right.
actually exists right now outside of Washington, D.C. But it changes.
Well, we
depending
have
on-
them also, actually.
the price changes depending on the time of day and the traffic level. So that
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have some toll roads.
Yeah, ours are very straightforward compared to some of them. Some of these ones like he's talking about
No, I know what he's
are
talking
by
about.
the hour. If
Right.
you go like
It's
2
like-
p.m.
it's
when
like
nobody's on the
Uber.
roads, it's cheap. If
like
you go
Uber.
at 5, they're gonna kill you.
Right, it's like Uber.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Kinda.
well,
Basically,
that's the way this
the
one's going to work.
Price
It,
changes, yeah.
Interesting.
It changes based on the traffic. So if you're,
That's
5
pretty
o'clock
cool. Right.
traffic, you might pay $20 to use the HOV lane. At 4 o'clock it may be $5. So, again,
Right.
it's completely based on traffic and time of day.
It's been so long since I've been to Orlando that there used to be a U.S. naval base there.
Yeah, it's
That-
The last time I was in Orlando, Sammy was 5 or 6.
Oh,
the
that's her
naval
nephew.
base. The
Yeah,
naval base
he's
is
17 now, so.
a community now called Baldwin Park. Bunch of houses
Isn't that amazing?
and shops. Yeah.
And there's a ton of houses, isn't there?
Oh yeah, it's completely full. The whole naval base is turned into
That's amazing.
homes.
And all right, now.
Oh, and also when we were in Orlando, they
Wow, really? Yes.
the Walgreens had sushi. Like, really? Let's drop in there and get some of that.
That's funny. All right, now, first thing, Lisa's head. Did you want to add anything more to your head? Because I didn't realize you were feeling so poorly last week, and I do apologize because I didn't understand. I should have just said, you know what?
You kept going, you're looking at me with a mean face.
You really were. I was like,
My
what did
head
I
hurt!
do? I didn't know.
Your truck hit me in the head.
Your truck attacked me.
Truck?
Truck.
Stupid truck?
Bad truck.
Bad truck. Kill it.
Bad. Speaking of trucks, you wanted to talk about NASCAR, as you always. Believe it or not, my wife, I've been following NASCAR since 1966.
I was 6 years old then, by the way.
You were 3.
No.
I was 6.
You were 6. I was 3.
You were
That's
3.
right. I was 3. I was not following NASCAR.
You were just wanting to read then.
Well, not only that, but it wasn't on TV. So.
Right. Well, it wasn't Wide World of Sports, and that's where I started watching it.
Well, yeah, but it was like the.
It was very,
digested
very
versions.
edited and
Yeah.
usually 2 weeks old.
Yeah, right.
I hated that.
They didn't really show the races on TV. We're leaving them out, right?
Yes, leave them out. Let them bark.
Right. Yes.
Who cares? So NASCAR.
So, no.
It's been an interesting week.
And I've lived here since so I came to North Carolina in 1980. Moved away, came back for good 89. But NASCAR,
But you lived in the heart of NASCAR
Honey.
all these years.
Honey, I have no people,
Right.
friends, people, anybody that even remotely wanted to go to NASCAR. The
Right.
funny part is my mother worked for R.J. Reynolds,
And of course, they
but up in Maryland, not here. So
Winston Cup.
at
RJ
one, I know,
Reynolds.
right? At one point, they had asked her to transfer down here, I think, and she said no. North Carolina, what the hell? Right, and so yeah, she worked for R.J. Reynolds, so
That's cool.
my life could have been different.
You
And then
could have
again,
You could have grown up.
I could have gotten married to Dale Earnhardt.
You could have. That's true. That would have been right about the right time. He
I
would
know,
have went,
right?
hey, little girl,
Hey, you're cute.
come here. You're cute.
You're kind of cute.
I can
I
see
could have
that.
got
too.
married to Dale. I'll give you some cigarettes. My mommy works for R.J. Reynolds.
You're
Yeah,
hilarious.
so imagine how different my life
We should
would
have the
been.
squirrel, that rabbit hole again. All right, we're talking about NASCAR here for real for
We
a
were
second.
talking about NASCAR.
Well, no, well,
Yeah.
sort of.
Like,
In a very indirect way. You're hilarious. There was no Cup race this week, and there was a
Because of Father's
Xfinity.
Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Thank you very much,
Yep.
Dershie. Happy Father's Day to you as well, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So in NASCAR trucks, I want to get to this because this is a bunch of crap, and
First of all, it got rained out Friday night
it got rained out first of all Friday night.
in Iowa.
So they raced on Saturday, and it was a great race. And what's his name?
Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain
Melon Man.
was
Hashtag Melon Man.
Yeah, Melon Man was dominating the race, and they say he won the race, and they had a big celebration. It was a great thing. They handed him a suitcase of $50,000, and then 3 hours later they said that he cheated.
No,
Yeah.
they said he didn't pass.
Same thing.
Inspection.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So his truck was too low and it wouldn't rebound.
Very low.
Yeah. Well, over an inch low, apparently. I mean, but they instituted this new rule this year that if you get caught for this, they're going to take your race win away, and they took his race win away.
And even though he appealed.
Even though he appealed,
Because you don't have a second appeal.
and I just am not a fan of race height rules. They took them out of Cup, so you can go as low as you want to in Cup now. But in trucks, they have this stupid height rule still in place. And they took this guy who, he first of all lost his ride last year, and then got a brilliant ride this year. They got extra sponsorship. He dropped his Xfinity run to get the championship over there because they had such a great chance. Go out, win the first race, and then it all just goes poof. So now he's got to start over again.
Season's ruined, basically.
Well, unless he goes out,
Yeah.
he's determined to go out and win again this week, so he might just do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's if he ends up being in the playoffs. Right now, he's in 36th place, and he's got to make 20th.
He has to make up 69 points.
Yeah, he has to make up 69 points in 6 races, which is entirely easy to do, especially if you lead segments and win races.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for the guy because I just think
But he
that's
also
complete
lost
crap.
$50,000.
All right, Lisa, your thoughts on it?
I don't know. I mean, their premise. I mean, he seems like a pretty straight up guy.
Yep.
Their premise was that their truck got hosed during the course of racing.
Right. Got race damage.
Right, but
That's no fun.
I mean, I don't see how somebody that could commit to running in the truck championship would then go in the first race and then try and cheat.
I know, especially with that rule in place.
Yeah. So I mean, it just seems like a real straight up guy. So.
So I'm mad at you, NASCAR. I hope you're listening.
Yeah. Have you done your survey this week?
I did.
Oh, you should have told them that.
I did.
Yep.
You know,
anyway,
me. I'm not exactly shy.
Yeah. So we're all fans of the Melon Man.
Yeah, we're gonna root for the Melon Man.
Yeah. So truck racing is fun. What? Can I hear you?
No, never mind.
What? What?
Nothing. That's okay.
What did I do?
You didn't do nothing. You didn't do anything. I'm getting too Burlingtonized. I didn't do nothing.
I ain't did nothing.
I ain't did it.
I ain't did nothing.
Nope. I ain't gonna do it.
Hey.
Alrighty. So, other than that, I mean, it really was a great race, and it was really exciting until 3 days later. But the Xfinity race, that wasn't as exciting, was it? No. I can't remember. It was pretty.
I don't even know.
It wasn't memorable, so I can't tell you. But the truck race, I mean, it was really close and real great racing. So the PS on it kind of sucks. But other than that, if you're going to go to a race, go to one. If you ever think about it, it's so much more fun than what you see on TV.
That's what we were going to talk about.
What was that?
The local track.
Oh, right. We went to Ace Speedway.
So we went to Ace Speedway.
Right.
It's a 4/10 mile track.
And you know the owner.
Not really. We discussed me working there off and on, but they're very new and they have no money and they can't
pay you nothing.
They can't really hire anybody.
Right.
But they haven't even got their whole credit card, debit card payment system figured out.
I really think they'd be good.
Which,
well,
you know
at least
what?
hiring you part-time to do it.
Hello, give me some free tickets. How about that?
All right.
I'd help them out.
We had a
for
great
that.
time.
Yeah, so it was fun.
We stayed.
You
We
wanna-
went to. They had what? 4 races?
I think they were supposed to have
5. We missed the 5th.
5.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
got
know.
kind of late at the
They
end.
they had late model, limited. Oh, see if I can do this. Late model, limited, late model, modified. They're supposed to have bandoleros. We didn't see that one, right?
No. S. Super modifieds.
Okay, but they were also supposed to have bandoleros. That's the one we
They
missed,
were.
right?
It
so
said
that's
it, but-
the 5, right?
Yeah, that.
So I don't know because
Well, the last one was the super modifieds. That's who we didn't see. We saw the bandoleros. That was
the little weird cars.
the little weird cars.
Yeah.
The ones that they were Fox body Mustangs.
Right.
Remember? They all had
Sound like
4-cylinder
little
engines. They sounded
little
like
lawnmowers.
blenders going. Yeah,
Right.
lawnmowers going
But
around.
the best part, and we should post this somewhere. Not the best part, but the weirdest part was under caution. Before the caution,
Oh my
somebody
God,
had
that was
backed up
amazing.
into somebody,
Yes.
and under caution, another car just rams into another car because he's pissed off at him.
Right. What
And
happened?
that actually went viral.
I know, it's amazing. What happened is they went to caution because of 2 guys banging together. And then the one guy that was part of it backed up straight into the other guy and then hauled ass forward.
No.
And now, mind you, when during caution you stop. You don't keep going around in circles like you do in Cup. You stop right where you're at, and the track workers,
time out.
the track workers
time
come
out.
out on the track. They have
Yeah.
cones up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just sit there until they get the track squared away.
But-
Because there was a big accident of like 4 cars ahead of them.
Right.
But these 2 that had been beating on each other, they just got carried
Oh,
away.
no, but you see, you're getting it.
Which-
One guy that backed up into
Right.
the other guy?
Then he hauled ass.
No, the other guy that got backed up into was the
Oh,
one that
right.
smashed
He's
him.
right.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
yeah.
So, what happened is they zoomed through the cones. I mean, they're at
what
like
happened was
they were like 50, 60 miles an hour flying by these guys by feet. And they zoomed across the start-finish line, through the cones, through the whole stop race. And the first one's chasing the other one.
and there were people on the track.
And there are people walking around the track. Slams into him. So there's 2 more wrecked over there. And somebody had a video of it, and it is viral if you want to see
Right.
it. Just look up
Right.
a
I will.
Speedway crash or something like that.
Right.
And we just happened to be there.
We should have a
But it stopped the race for about half an hour.
yeah, I know.
And then after this race, then they had a fireworks display, and we were like, you know what? It's getting late. Let's get on out of here. So it was a really good time, but it was a little
fun.
too.
It
Yeah,
was fun.
it was a good time, but we're old, so we went home.
Yeah, also we were on the top of the stands,
Yeah.
so it was like I couldn't get down and go to the bathroom and come back up because I'm scared of heights, and it was
Yeah.
wobbly and
It was an
weird
old,
like that.
it was an old school NASCAR.
Very. There
One of the
there
neat
were-
things though is it still has the NASCAR signage. It's
Yeah.
still a NASCAR affiliated
Oh,
track.
yeah.
All these years, it's one of the NASCAR's oldest tracks,
Yep.
and it's just really cool.
been
It's
closed
called
off
Ace
and on.
Speedway. Yep.
Closed off and on over the years,
Yeah.
but it's back open.
Very cool.
It's very cool.
I'm glad you remembered that because that really was a good time.
Oh, it was. Oh, and where are we going to try and go next? Bowman Gray.
Oh yeah, Bowman Gray. Well, you better explain Bowman Gray. I'll let you do it.
Oh, well, first of all, Dershie would hate it.
It's 3/8 mile, right?
Something like that. It's
It's
tiny,
tiny.
tiniest track, but it's so old.
It'd be like having a track inside Dallas Stadium on the football field, sort of. Not
It
not
is
much bigger than that.
NASCAR's oldest track.
Yep.
1/4 of
Oh, quarter mile.
a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Quarter mile. It's like circle.
Almost.
It's the oldest track and the shortest track.
Yep.
And so Dershie would hate it, but
Dershie likes the big tracks, don't you,
oh,
Dersh?
what were we?
Well,
Childress grew up selling peanuts at the track,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
we have here in New Smyrna, We have a short track, which is like a quarter
Do
mile
ya?
track, but it's a dirt track, which I love the dirt
How
track.
cool.
I don't like the
Oh, they're
asphalt
fun.
short
Oh.
track, but
We
I
need to
love
go to
dirt
Eldora.
You want to go meet us in Eldora? Wouldn't that be fun? Go out to Indiana to Tony's track.
Oh, it would be fun.
well, I'm going to be in Indiana
I think-
in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh. Why?
There isn't a race then, is there?
Why? No, he's gonna go look at corn.
Just going through. I'm gonna be in Indiana for 2 days as we go from Tennessee to Chicago and
Why?
southeastern Indiana to do the wine trail that's down there.
Oh, how fun.
Excellent wine. It's one of my favorite wineries in the entire universe. Is there, the Oliver Winery.
Really?
Where?
Yep.
Indiana?
No, where in Indiana?
Outside, it's in
Specifically.
Bloomington, Indiana. It's outside of Indianapolis.
Okay.
So Indianapolis, east and south, there's about 12 little boutique wineries. We love Uber,
Cool.
Uber, which is just barely over the Indiana border above Kentucky.
He's talking about wine, and I'm not allowed to have any. What's up with that?
Go have some wine.
And
Go get some
I'm
wine.
kidding here.
Uh-huh.
Are you good?
Uber has a ruby red port, which is it's just phenomenal. And so we love
Oh,
it
really?
there. Yeah.
I used to like ports. Ports are really a unique, different taste, aren't they?
Well,
Yes.
it's almost like a
It's
Brandy.
something you can't-
Almost like brandy or sherry.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's really thick, and it's not for everybody.
We have a lot of wineries here.
Oh yeah, you do. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we have a lot here in North Carolina as well. Do you like North Carolina wine?
Oh, dude. There was a winery that closed about 5 years ago. Now was in the middle of a
Right, so be loud for a
Winston
second.
cigarette tobacco field, and they turned it into a winery. It was called the Black Wolf.
Right.
It's up there where you guys are. Right?
Black Wolf?
Yeah, Black Wolf.
What happened? Why did it close down?
Well, it was only about 10 acres, and just we
Hard to
had-
make the
Wine
money.
is not really
We
that good.
had some hard economic times. I'm not sure why over the last 8 years they were
Right.
forced to close.
That's a shame.
But there
It's
are-
amazing how wines have... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say there are several great boutique wineries in North Carolina. Really good ones.
Right. What do you think of Childress's?
It's not good.
It's not good?
I haven't
heard
had
it's
it.
not good?
No, I've had it.
You haven't had it?
I've never had that, no.
I've had it, and what I've had, I've not been impressed with.
Oh, really? I haven't had it.
But, oh shoot.
I'm really of a
It's this-
beer guy. What'd you do? You didn't get
I
it?
can't
Oh,
hear
in
that.
again? You gotta plug it
But
all
they have
in.
new sangria, so I'll try that. But what I've had of Childress is not, I've not been impressed with.
Try it now. That should do it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear... Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
what I've had of Childress is I've not been impressed with. It's
Gotcha.
not horrible, but it's not like, oh my god, I have to buy this again.
Right, right. Speaking of... Well, there's no real correlation,
Speaking
but
of
still in
nothing.
North Carolina, I'm going to transfer from from NASCAR over to something Lisa wanted to talk about. And I don't get it. North Carolina police are against hemp. What the heck
okay,
is
so-
with that?
So, legalizing hemp, it's a legal crop in North Carolina. Basically, you know how hard we got hit by
Oh, God,
the whole
yes.
tobacco thing.
Yep.
And this is awesome. This is...
Hemp is better than cotton.
No.
Patent is better than... It
It's
replaces
a
tons
huge,
of stuff.
It's a huge cash crop. So then the North Carolina police are like, but no, the hemp looks like marijuana, so we can't have it because it looks like marijuana and it might be marijuana, and so we can't have it because...
We're not smart enough to differentiate the
no,
two.
you can't differentiate the two, but that's not a reason to not have it.
Right. No, it's not. If it,
I mean, people are driving around with tractors of hemp,
right.
and that might be marijuana.
Yeah.
Maybe we should arrest them. I don't know. No, no, dude. Like seriously, like sometimes I just want to whack people in the head with a hammer, but not on Twitter because then I'd get banned.
So there is no law proposed or whatever to get rid
Well,
of it,
no,
right?
right now, growing hemp is legal in North Carolina if you follow the whole procedure for
Right.
you can't just like go out and grow it.
Right.
But if you follow the whole procedure for getting registered and growing it, you
So
can
that
you
would be
can
more
sell
profitable
hemp.
than the soybeans that they're growing,
Right,
I
you
think.
can sell hemp. You can buy hemp products.
Right.
There's hemp stores.
I mean, CBD oil
You can
is
buy
huge.
although they're trying to restrict that as well.
That's just silly.
Yeah,
They're not
so-
going to.
Because it looks like the marijuana.
And you know what? What's wrong with marijuana either, to be
Well,
honest? I mean, it's been
yeah,
used
I
for
know.
5,000-10,000 years for medicinal purposes.
Right.
And people are, once again, using it for what? Medicinal purposes.
Right, but even not going there, they're trying to make people not grow hemp for not even medicinal purposes, for like textiles.
Hmm.
It can be used in
Everything.
90,000 ways, like to replace plastic, to replace cloth, to replace millions of things. Not millions, sorry. But they're like, no, we better not grow it because it looks like the marijuana.
Well, hemp was a gigantic cash crop early on.
Oh, I know.
It was either
Yeah.
I know, and
bigger
guess
than
who?
tobacco.
Right, and
Right.
cotton, and apparently cotton got into that.
Well, in the pharmaceutical industry.
Well, pharmaceutical and cotton, though.
Yep. They've all teamed up against marijuana and hemp to make it illegal for nearly 80 years. But now common sense is starting to
Reefer
prevail.
madness.
Reefer madness. Insanity is.
Yeah, so.
You'll go insane, Mr. Dursey. Don't smoke that marijuana.
Don't even look at it. Don't even look at it. It'll make you crazy.
Well, if it's for 100 years, it used to grow wild on the side of the road.
I know.
Exactly.
Well, since man, really, it's probably been growing. And it hasn't changed much because, I mean, it's referred to in ancient texts. By different names, of course, but it's always referred to. Amazing. So anyway, North Carolina, get your crap together. I didn't even want to add $1 to your jar by saying shit,
Yeah,
Dursey.
no. Oh, but you said it.
Don't say shit. It's a bad word.
That's a bad word. That's what my friends say.
No shit. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, no.
Does that mean I get $1?
Everybody's got it. Well,
Everybody gets $1.
everybody's either full of it or they do. One or the other. Right?
Or both.
And some of them are definitely both. So, North Carolina, get over the old age stuff. I mean, the pharmaceutical industry and the cotton industry and all them, they conned America. There are far more benefits than negatives in hemp or marijuana. Trust me, I know. Now, we wanted to give Lisa her own segment of time here.
Uh-oh.
Nope,
Wait,
this
what?
is when you get to talk about.
About
Darcy
what?
and I are
Oh.
going to be silent.
Oh, and no
And
little snarky.
No snarkies. If I could turn off the microphone on my end, I would. So I'll
Meet
just stick
yourselves.
I'll mute my mouth.
No, you keep asking me
Yeah,
every day
I do.
who my favorite Democrat is. And as we know,
It's
In
25.
2016,
Yeah, 26.
I don't
How
even
many?
know.
25.
It doesn't matter. 20 suck. It doesn't matter. As we know, in 2016, I was a Bernie fan.
Right.
And I volunteered for some stuff. I went to a lot of stuff. I actually participated. I wasn't just like,
Yep.
oh, he seems nice, I should vote for him.
No, you were going
Like,
to be
I
one
did-
of his delegates.
I did. Yeah, I was actually going to be a North Carolina delegate. So, anyway. So, 2020, we have 20 bazillion candidates. Whatever. You know, I like Cory Booker. I've always liked Cory Booker before he declared. Did he declare? He did declare, right? I think.
Huh?
Cory Booker declared, I think.
Yes.
Right? So anyway, I don't know.
Oh, look at your YouTube screen right now. They're all up there.
Oh. I don't have my YouTube screen. That's the funny part. Because I was afraid he was going to play.
Well, you just have to hit the mute button.
Just
Just hit the mute button so you don't hear us double time.
So it's all right.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look, we got a
So,
new
yeah,
subscriber.
There's 2 football teams worth of players in this game.
All right.
With one on the bench.
But,
One
okay,
on the bench.
so, is Tulsi still in there?
Yes.
Oh, she needs to go away. What's her name?
Well,
Gillibrand.
all of them except for one need to go
Kristen.
away.
Well, I know they all. Well, first of all, it doesn't really matter who is the candidate because we are all going to vote for that candidate anyway. Except for the Bernie Bros who are like slightly touched in the head from last time. I'm not really sure what's up with that. So we are all going to vote for whomever is the candidate.
You're going to have Bernie Bros coming after you like I had Never Trumpers coming after me.
Come at me! How? Come at me!
It runs in the family.
No, listen. What am I going to say? You know how you say, come at me, bro?
Yeah.
Come at me, Bernie, bro. I am not scared of you. I'm not scared of you little stupid boys. Anyway, so, yeah, they were misled. So, yeah, we're going to vote for whomever is the candidate.
Okay. Who are your top 5 or 3 or whatever?
Biden, I really don't know why he's out there except for the fact that he's the oldest and
He
most
was Obama's
senior.
VP and
But
all
you
that.
know what? Obama, I believe, asked him not to run.
Really? I would have.
Not this time, but last time.
I've got some great Biden
But
jokes, but I'll save
okay,
them.
not on this
It's not for this show, it's for our show.
It's on your show.
No fan club. No
So yeah, I used to love Joe, but he's past his use by point or whatever,
Right.
if you can say that, right?
Yep.
He's expired.
He's without expiring.
Well, no, I mean he's past his use by best
used by date.
Best used by this date. He's past that date. I like Corey. It's not his time yet.
His legacy is already
Tulsi can go away. Kristen,
we go 0-2 or we go 5-0 here.
Gillibrand or whatever her name is can go away because you know what? Screw her. She screwed over.
There's no telling how far this
What's his name?
as long as I stay out of the way.
My boy, SNL boy.
Well, I'm not sure that's entirely true.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm having an Alzheimer's moment.
You never forget stuff.
No,
I
my
forget
guy, Al Franken.
Franken.
She fucked him over.
Oh, right.
Sorry, there's a penny. Or a dime, or a quarter,
That's a
dollar,
dollar.
$20.
That should be a $10 bill.
She screwed him over big time.
Yeah.
She really did. She threw him under the bus. So yeah, screw her. I'm okay with Kamala.
Open your thing so you can see all the people that are running.
Well, where?
Click on the live show.
Well, I don't.
Just do it.
Where?
See where it says live? Click on that one.
Now?
There you go. Now hit
Oh,
mute.
no, over big time.
Yes.
All right. Pete, I'm good with. Castro, where the hell did he come from? Delaney, who is he? Tulsi, go away. Gillibrand, go away. Kamala, I'm good with her. Hickenlooper, what the fuck? Sorry.
Just go. It's all your time.
Inslee,
Good.
I have no idea who that is. Amy, I'm good with her, but everybody thinks she's a bitch. Wayne, okay, Wayne, whatever. Seth, I don't know who you are. Beto, yeah, it has been. Tim Ryan, don't know who you are. Bernie, okay, dude. Swalwell. Warren, okay. Marianne Williamson, isn't she that like foo-foo feel-good
Bazillionaire lady. Yeah.
Feel-good lady?
I think, yeah, she's a bazillionaire
And
or
Andrew
something.
Yang, okay, wait, but wait, there's more. Aren't there more?
No, I think that's all of them.
That's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
one,
there's
two,
24, Lisa. Those are the 20 that made the debate.
That's only 20. Where's
No,
the
that's
rest of them?
24.
Those are the 20
I
that
only
made
see
the
20.
debate.
Oh,
right,
you know
right.
why?
20 that
Because
made
they
the
had
debate.
to donate their money, right?
Right. Thank
Yeah,
you
I
for
don't-
that clarification,
Okay,
sir.
first of all,
So we're down to 20, thank God.
His explosiveness over the years. That's a
no,
little
I don't even know who, like,
All right.
17 of these people are.
So you got 3 basics. Who are your 3 top 3? Or do you want to base it on that? Or do you want to...
No, I don't want to base it on that.
Who gives you the best
The Warren.
vibe?
Elizabeth Warren, and you know what? Y'all can say whatever you want.
I'll say that on Tuesday.
Yeah, say it on Tuesday.
Zion was going to be the number 1 overall pick, and then he was.
No, this is
I mean,
your time.
all you guys want to do is make fun of people. So.
Oh, no. Well, what I want... I've been honestly asking you.
I know. You know what? I used to love 10 years ago. I used to like Joe Biden a lot. I mean, this is pre-Obama. This is maybe more than 10 years ago, whatever. When he was probably running at the same time he was. I really did. I used to listen to him. He made a lot of sense. He seemed to be very well qualified, but he's like a Kennedy at this point.
Right.
You know? He's got too much baggage. He's too old.
Right.
That's not what we need right now.
Right. I agree with you.
And do not use any of this against me.
I won't. No, I want your honest assessment. Just to take a brief pause, I want to welcome Omar Shabazz, and I want to welcome my friend Bailat from Texas. Bailat was a good Twitter friend for many years, and Omar Shabazz is a black conservative who I met on Parler, who seems like a really good guy. He's an active Politico.
Yeah, but seriously, I don't even know. I mean, okay, I've heard. Like, okay, why don't you just run as a Democrat? Because apparently, if you're an old white man, right? I'm an old white man. I want to run for president.
Well, the funniest thing is if you saw a picture of me, you'd swear I was a bearded hippie Democrat. But you know, if you saw a picture of me,
what are some of these people
but I'm
making?
right already.
Is there some sort of financial advantage?
Yes, you gain a lot of money by running.
But you don't get to keep it.
You somehow get to keep some of it. I don't know.
So like they don't have to have an actual job.
At least
yeah, a lot of people get very rich by running. Yes.
Candidates can take the money they have raised running for president and actually use it to fund or pay for their Senate or House races.
Everyday expenses.
Nice. They can expense it out.
Oh, guess
pay
what?
For stuff like that.
I'm running for president then. Should I?
I told Lisa earlier today she should run for president.
And what did I
because
say?
She's got less skeletons in her closet than every single Democrat candidate.
What should I say? And I was the manager of the Duke wrestling team, so that tells you a lot.
That's right. That's even funnier.
Right. We were having that conversation last night.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll be candidate number 30. Right?
It'd be number 26, I believe. Oh wait, no, they're down to 20 on this first debate.
Well, that's because but they still have.
Right, they're gonna have plenty of other debates. Right. So the other ones, if they catch some fire and gain some traction, then they'll get to go.
For president.
Oh,
Chuck can be my vice president. Ooh, that would be fun. Except then you'd kill me.
I might. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
no, you're more. No. You only come second to God.
See, that would be fun. Yeah. No, I gotcha. So I'm president, you're vice president, and you can't kill me. How painful is that?
It would gut me. No,
Let's
I'd have to run against you.
Let's do it.
I could run against you.
No, you'd be my first lady.
The last
yes, sir.
last mixed party platform we had was Lincoln and Johnson, and we know what happened to Lincoln.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well, did it?
Wait, you're gonna pay somebody to shoot me in the head, aren't you?
Gee, you'll pay somebody to shoot me in the head with Barbie forks.
Why would I care? You're the vice president.
Because you know I want to take over the power from you.
All I have to do is just feed you extra butter.
You're just silly.
Extra butter.
That's right. Her name is Pat, by the way.
My name is Pat?
No, my
mother-
friend, Bela. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember your first
You
name.
should be afraid of people's names, Pat.
Oh, I loved your mom. Your mom was adorable to me. She was hell on wheels to many people on Earth, but she and I just always got along.
She liked you.
She did like me a lot. It was
Liked you a
amazing,
lot.
and we fought like cats and dogs. And I know that shocks you guys. Now back to your politics.
My politics. I don't have any
So
politics.
your top 3 that you think will be.
No, I'm not. No, I can't even go there.
You can't not
Can't even
time
go
yet.
there. I mean, like, no. I
You
mean,
gotta hear
Biden's
more?
still gonna be up there.
I think he's gonna fade.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's grown into a 6'5".
My
Yeah,
top 3 versus the top 3 they're actually gonna pull out.
Who do you favor? Because the reason I want to know from Lisa is she has a unique knack of predicting things that occur in the future, and you've got a good sense. I mean, you color, styles, things like that. You're just having an innate knack
Call me
at it.
Nostradamus.
Mr. Nellis. Give me
Nostradamus.
5. That's really good. That's really good. But I mean, you
well,
like
Warren's
Corey,
gonna-
but he's not
Warren's-
baked yet.
Yeah, he's not.
Tulsi's
Tulsi's,
surfing.
no, Tulsi needs to go away. Tulsi's
Kirsten
like,
has almost as many skeletons in her closet
Yeah.
as Biden does.
Yeah.
Bernie's Bernie is a communist who denies he's a communist.
Yeah, the Bernie's gonna be up there
It's weird.
just because
Deli Fresh, and you may know us from your
he has the Bernie Bros.
Warren, she's got her own things, but she's gained. What's happened, if you're not a Politico, is Warren has gained 10 points and Biden has lost
Well, because Warren
points, and he's now behind her in
Biden is an
one
old,
state, and it's really close
Biden is
nationwide.
an old school politician where he doesn't realize that some of the stupid crap that he says really affects. Because Trump can say it and it doesn't affect him, but Biden says it affects him. So, like, because we're paying attention, like, he thinks he can say some stupid crap, and that's not what's going on our side. So, and there's Kamala. I'm good with her.
Right.
I wish we could have like a co-presidency. That would be cool.
Well, that's what Dershey was saying. The last
Yeah.
one was Lincoln and
Yeah, no,
Johnson.
I don't mean that. I don't mean co as in 2 different parties. I mean like a a literal co-presidency.
Well, then you would
Whereas, like-
definitely kill me. She goes, so? What are you gonna do, right?
I'm already struggling.
Yeah, you're so silly. I mean, I see a number of people on your side, honestly, that I don't have a clue who they are.
No, me neither. Like,
And a
what
couple
are
that-
you like serious? Okay, I'm running for president. Give me some money. And Beto or Beto or Beatock or whatever his name is.
I always call him Beta.
Yeah, Beta Fish.
He's a Beta.
Yeah,
Very,
so,
very
like,
little.
He's not going where he thought he was going. I don't know. I still think it's just way too early.
Yeah. I can see
don't even
that.
who
So you know what?
But a lot of people do like Judge Pete. Or Mayor Pete, sorry.
We should.
But, and his name is not Buttigieg.
No,
That's Buttigieg.
I'm not going to tell you what I call him.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be appropropriate for this
I'm not
setting.
gonna
I'll say
tell-
that for Tuesday
I'm
night
not
as
gonna-
well.
I'm not going to tell you what I call you behind your back.
Okay. You're so silly.
Yeah.
You're silly.
I see him as maybe a future. He's not cooked yet either.
Yeah, he's not cooked. He's
Yeah.
half baked.
No, I didn't say that.
If you're not cooked yet, you're half baked.
So basically, here's my thing though: is a lot of the people that are the most qualified
Right.
are women, and they're not likable, whatever that means.
Right.
Because apparently,
You're likable.
I'm not running for. Oh wait, I am running for president.
Right.
Send me money.
Lisa, you got to start acting like President Lisa if you're going to be the nominee.
Oh.
This is her announcement tonight. She's running for president.
I said that. No, actually, I've said it like a couple weeks ago. I
Yeah?
just didn't file my papers.
We haven't filed the papers yet.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't vote for you, but I'm
Wouldn't
sorry.
you either, asshole.
That's funny.
There's that.
So there's that.
So there's that.
We have such fun. Yes, we disagree politically completely, but we do it without being disagreeable. We do have brawls sometimes, as Mr. Dershini can attest on the show when we get on certain topics.
Or if I get hit on the head.
Or she gets it. I got hit on the head.
Got back on the mound. It wasn't something that hadn't been doing.
That's
I
funny.
was not a happy camper last week, sorry.
No,
My
no, no.
head hurt.
Oh my. So we will. What I'm thinking, Lise, if you're up for it, is every week we're going to do a little segment where you talk about what's changing in the Democrat.
Kill the Democrats. He can call it that. I don't care. Kill the Democrats.
I can't publicly agree with you.
Well, we can say that. Yeah, sure, we can. We're not on Twitter. Screw that.
I'm
We're
just
not on
joking.
Twitter.
I don't want to kill anybody. I just want them to go
All right,
away.
Kill them off as
Looks like he was gonna
candidates.
have to throw to second.
Yeah, that.
90 feet down.
There you go. That's better. Much
Alright,
better
well,
stated.
no, we need another. It's like The Bachelorette,
Pretty good footwork.
right?
Yeah.
Or American Idol.
Yeah.
Who are we going to vote off the island? There it is. Who are we going to
Yeah,
vote
do
off
it like
the
that.
island?
I when the Republicans did that last time, that's what I said they
Who are
should
we
do.
voting off Nellis Island?
Or do it like American
No.
Idol, where you knock off 4 at a
No,
time.
I got the website.
All right, what is it going to be?
Nellis Island. Who are we voting off Nellis
And
Island?
there you go. And you can make it a bracket.
Yeah.
Do brackets with
Well,
it.
no, it's not like that.
Well,
Because maybe only one person was dumb that week. Maybe
My-
17 people are dumb the following week.
my friend Pat says, I like Lisa, but she's true to Trump. She's sorry about that.
Wait, what?
That's okay. We can disagree
No,
on who
no,
we're going to
no,
vote
no,
for.
Just say it again.
Oh, no, she says, I like Lisa, but sorry, I'm true to Trump. And that's what I just wrote down. You're not looking at the messaging. You know, you guys, if you come on the YouTube page that we posted, you could join us in messaging on this show and on
Call
Dershie
in.
and my show. And you can call in at the number
But
on the
don't call.
screen.
Look, if you're true to Trump, seriously, do us a favor. Please don't call into this
No,
show.
don't call into this
Call
show.
into
Save it
Chuck,
for
because that's
save
not
it for
fair.
Dershie and my
That's
show.
not fair to me.
No, that's not what we're here for.
Right,
And we have a
right,
lot of fun because we don't make it
Right.
disagreeable.
And you know what? I probably like you too, but if you're true to Trump, don't call into my show.
Yeah, well, not to talk politics, but if you want to talk
If you wanna
baking
talk
or
cakes
or
crochet,
entrees or all sorts of stuff.
Or living in North Carolina.
See, that's why Lisa and I agree so much, even though we don't vote the same. We have so many similar interests. We love the same styles. We love pets.
Look, your cat's
I
left-handed.
know you got.
She's left-handed. Look.
He's giving a high five to you right now,
No, I'm hitting her.
tapping her on her head, not hitting her.
Well, not hitting
Ooh,
her. I mean,
but the cat's going for the kill on you. Yep. Well, you guys are a lot of fun. Dershie, Mr. Dershie, is there anything that you'd like to add or ask or anything? Or I know we're getting towards the end of the show.
Yes, you
About
are
the
allowed to
Democrat
talk.
Party?
Oh, I thought we were gonna.
No politics.
No, not you. No, not you.
No
No, not
politics.
you.
Not
Oh,
here.
no, I thought we were gonna talk
Tuesday
about.
at 8 p.m. though.
We were briefly gonna talk about my friends that are at the World Cup.
Yes. All right.
Oh, and if you're in Paris, like besides Notre Dame,
Right. Yes.
if there was only one other place you could go see, where would that be?
This is Mr. Dershie zone because
Yeah.
you've been to Paris. You
And
Mr.
besides,
Europe.
besides Notre Dame.
What would you do if you were there at the World Cup?
Well,
No, not at the World Cup. In Paris. If you
Oh,
could
in
only
Paris.
see one other place
Oh, okay.
besides Notre Dame, and I don't even know if that's in Paris, but
I think it
is.
burnt.
well,
Shut up.
the
You're burnt.
number one tourist attraction in the entire universe is the Eiffel Tower. So I'm not sure that's a
Oh.
great.
Well, I
Comparison.
think they went to Versailles today. I think.
Yeah,
and they were
Versailles
just,
is
like,
outside
incredibly-
of Paris. It's a nice day train ride, but
Is it?
They were incredibly overwhelmed by that. I think.
Yeah,
Was it beautiful?
I've been to
Yeah, they were
Versailles
like,
several times.
they were like, okay.
Yeah, but
Well, no, I was just telling them that
yeah, go ahead.
they said, okay, now I will expect royal service every day because apparently they went to like the
right.
thing.
But if you were to go to one place in Paris besides Notre Dame or the Eiffel Tower,
or near Paris,
or right nearby, what would you suggest?
Montmartre, absolutely, no question about it. Actually, I've been to both Notre Dame and up to Eiffel Tower about 8 times. I haven't been. Every time I've gone to Paris, I have never missed going up to Montmartre. It's a hill over top of Paris. It's a hill over top of Paris. It has an old church that sits up there, and the view of Paris is just stunning, especially at night. It also it's an artist community, so there's a square where artists out there, they'll draw caricatures of you, they paint, they make things, and it's just a phenomenal place to go. And
how do you spell this? Because I want to send it to my friend.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
It's Montmartre.
Mo money.
Mo money, yeah.
Motra.
Hang on a second.
How do you spell it, buddy?
It's
no, because that's not coming up.
Montmartre. It's MOMANTRA. Mo.
I've never heard of it.
Montmartre.
I got it.
It sounds awesome.
I got it.
Is it a bunch of shops or?
No, it's a hill.
It's a hill, and I mean, what do you got?
Well, at the base of the hill is a shopping center, like stores and knickknacks and stuff. But up on top, there's the church, Sacré-Cœur. It's just phenomenal. It's a beautiful little church.
Really?
And right next to the church is a little. It's got restaurants and a couple of shops, and a little square. And in the square, you'll find the local artists. That will.
How neat!
Do stuff, yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Like.
That would be exactly what we'd want to do. I wouldn't care about going to see the Eiffel Tower up close. You could see it from far away.
Right.
And Notre Dame is pretty much gone for now.
I have to say,
but
you have to go up the Eiffel Tower
also
once.
Nightclubs.
You really have to.
What? Just go look at it, or what?
Go up in Eiffel Tower to. You could again.
Oh, to the viewing area.
I've been up in the Eiffel Tower at south of the border. Does that count?
Not quite. Now you sound like you're from North Carolina.
That's a joke. I said that on purpose.
This place sounds amazing.
There's 8 Eiffel Towers around the world, and I've been in 6 of them.
Have you really?
What are the 2 that you have not been in?
In foreign countries that I haven't been to.
No, the 2 that you.
What countries?
I don't know. One's in like Dubai or something like that. They're
not high on my list either.
Yeah.
Where?
Dubai.
Oh.
Not gonna go there.
Ain't gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Ain't gonna do it. No. The other place.
1,000 points away.
The other place.
And the other one is.
Well, there's one in Ohio at the amusement park in Ohio. Outside of Cincinnati.
Oh, I know about that. Yeah.
And then
Great America or something like that.
Right. There's one in Vegas.
Right.
Been in that one as well.
I didn't know there were so many.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
A bunch of little. Oh, you know where we need to go?
Where?
King's Dominion.
Oh, that would be fun. We haven't gone together.
I know.
It's not that far either.
It's not that far.
Very cool.
I think there's maybe an Eiffel Tower there. I'm not sure.
I mean, if you were at the World Cup, you'd have you been to one there? To a World Cup across the pond before?
No. My wife was. My wife was in Italy
sorry.
when Italy won the World Cup several years ago.
Oh, neat. Yeah. Boy, that must have been a party.
Yeah.
Where?
Italy.
She said it was crazy.
When Italy won, they must have been partying their butts off.
Yeah, all night long.
That's how neat. That would have been really fun to be part of, even though it's not your country. Just seeing them so happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, my wife's grandparents were from Italy. They came over.
Oh.
They came over, through Ellis Island.
Right.
Cool.
That's where our family came through.
Mine
of course,
too.
the other two. There's a lot of museums in Paris, and obviously everybody goes to the Louvre, which
Right.
is the biggest museum in the world. But my
You've
favorite.
been there, of course, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know that Mona Lisa's like that big. That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
weird
It's
part.
not big.
Everybody thinks it's big.
My
Right,
favorite
yeah.
museum though is the d'Orsay, which is actually across the river from the Louvre.
Right.
It's an old train station. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Wow. How neat. See, that sounds like fun. The more out of the way stuff and the more of the normal, because we're not really touristy people. We go to places and we just join right in with whatever's going on. So that sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Let's go. You ready, Dorsch?
Moulin Rouge is there too, Chuck. So I'm sure that's someplace you'd like to go.
From the mountains.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. I know I can.
Can if you want to.
Da, da, na, 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 na.
Only if you dress up like that.
I did once for a show.
Oh yeah.
I did a stand-up one time in drag.
By the way,
It was very funny.
There's a thing in Durham where it's like totally straight guys. It's called the Beaver Queen.
It's funny.
Totally straight guys though. It's not a drag thing or anything.
Right.
Totally straight guys dress up like women,
Well,
do the
Chuck,
thing, and then they get voted on.
That's fun.
Chuck and Lisa, next year we are going to London, Normandy, and Paris
Oh.
on our spring.
Oh wow.
How can we get
How
in
can
on
we
that?
be helpers?
How can we get in on that? Can we sign up to be helpers? Really?
Except then we have to take care of children.
You can
I don't
sign
care.
up. You can sign up and go, and
Wherever you are,
you
whatever
come along with us. We take a lot
You
of
be
adults.
chaperones?
We take a lot of parents and a lot of adults go with us. We had 10 with us last year.
We want to, yeah.
Uh,
We want a discount.
That's not going to happen, but
We want
That's not gonna happen.
We want the chaperone discount.
She's always working an angle.
Well, yeah.
yep. And speaking of that, I'm going to a Tottenham game on the Saturday that we're there. They're actually playing Manchester United.
Are you really?
Manchester United.
You're going to see Man U and Tottenham.
Yep, baby. Can't
Wow.
wait.
So you're going to Manchester.
No, it's in Tottenham. It's in
Yep.
Tottenham is
Close
North
to-
London.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be about 2 hours for my daughter.
Yeah.
I was going to say if you were in Manchester, I was going to say you could meet her over there.
Ryan's not really.
She's not that far from there.
Tottenham is one
She's
of
what?
the London cities, our London teams.
Right.
So they're right there in
She's
London.
not that close.
Gotcha. I didn't realize Tottenham was near London. That's my mistake. I thought it was up like near
There's
Cheshire
like 10 or
or
12,
whatever.
10 or 12 teams that are in London proper.
Manchester.
They play in the
Right.
Premier League, so they're one of them.
Gotcha.
They're about 2 miles away from Arsenal, which is our arch rival, which is also obviously in London.
Oh, neat. They're that close together?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, they've probably been playing that long since they had to walk between the stadiums.
That's true.
Instead of Masters, this will be
That's awesome. Or take a horse, huh?
A horse.
A horse.
A horse.
an opportunity for
Back when nobody scooped.
finding out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to King's Dominion. That'd be fun.
That is a cool place. You ever been to King's Dominion in Virginia?
Yes.
It's pretty neat. Oh, it's an older theme park now. You been there?
Yeah. Also been
Oh,
to
cool.
the Six Flags there in Virginia as well. It's nice.
Oh wow.
I've been to the Six Flags in Georgia. I was a chaperone, and one of the stupid kids got lost.
I've been to the Six Flags in San Antonio.
Woohoo!
Well, no, I mean we all just went to different ones.
Well, no, let's
I've
go
been to
King's
Georgia
Dominion.
and St. Louis and Virginia Six Flags.
Oh, cool. How cool. See, if you're listening to our show, we talk about topics,
Hey.
but we really just run into the rabbit
Anybody-
hole and talk
anybody
about
wanna
whatever
go
we
to
want to
King's
talk
Dominion?
about.
We'll meet you there.
Hey, yeah, we'll do a meetup
Yeah.
at King's
There you go.
Dominion sometime if you like.
Maybe.
What are we doing next that we could set up a meetup? We've got
Not
Bristol.
this weekend. No, next weekend is before July 4th. That might be a fun weekend to go. Look
Maybe.
into it.
Well, maybe, but I mean, what are we doing currently that we can give somebody a meetup if they want to come meet us? We're going
to Bristol.
We're going
race
to Bristol. We're going to the Roval.
And the Roval.
That's it.
And then we're going on vacation, but we're not
We're
telling
going on
people
vacation,
about that.
and that's a secret. So don't tell anybody.
Secret.
Shh. Don't tell anybody. All right, we've been on the air over an hour, I think.
Yep.
Is that about accurate, Mr. Gersh? Anything
one-
else you'd like to add, my friend?
1 hour and 11 minutes, if you want to know precisely.
Very good.
Oh, 11-11. Oh, well, 1-11.
Hey, speaking of, did you hear about the James Jeopardy champion, what he did?
No.
No.
Yeah, he donated $1,109,000 to the Cancer Society and what's his name's name?
Sure it wasn't like 12 cents?
And 12 cents.
12 cents.
Actually, his
To which
daughter,
one?
To and Alex Trebek's name to the Cancer
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
goodness.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, my
Very
goodness.
nice.
And
Very
it
nice.
was $1,109,000 because you know how he did on the show. His daughter's birthday is
Yep.
11/9,
Oh, right,
so
right.
that's
Yeah.
Right.
That's what he donated.
It's very cool. Very cool.
And where did the 12 cents always
No,
come
I
in?
said the 12 cents.
No, I know, but he always did 12
He always
cents.
did like $12 or 12 cents.
Everything,
Or 14 cents.
all of his
Yeah.
bets had something to do with birthdays or friends or something like that. It was pretty interesting.
Right. He's an amazing player.
Yeah.
He's just my favorite ever, I
That
think.
show's
I
gone
still like
downhill
Austin.
since he left. I tell you, man, it's just hard to watch
Yeah.
now.
He ruined it. He
Yeah.
ruined it for
Well,
everybody.
he gamed it so well that he taught us how to play that when you see lesser players now.
He ruined it for everybody.
Because he not only knew how to game it, he also had the knowledge bank to use to win it.
Yeah. Well,
Because you can have that strategy, but if
Yeah.
you bet big and don't know the answer,
Yeah.
Game
he was-
over.
he was a person that remembered everything. He
Everything.
didn't know everything,
Right.
but he studied and he remembered everything.
I think it's hysterical. He said he learned
Exactly.
most of the stuff in the children's section of the local bookstore.
Oh, I know. I saw that. That's so cool.
isn't that so cool?
And you know what else I don't like about the Teen Jeopardy?
What?
He's so condescending to them, and their answers are so easy,
I don't know.
and they don't know the answers.
I don't know.
That drives me nuts.
I don't know. What are you gonna do? Hey, before we go, I want to thank everybody that's come and visited us on the show.
Wichita Falls, Texas.
Miss Pat, of course, we thank you for being here. You're a great lady. And Omar Shabazz, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming to visit. He's a music guy, and if you get on Parler, check out him. Is OMARR Shabazz, SHABAZZ. Pretty cool guy. I love you guys, Lisa, Hershey, you rock. We ready to call it a night?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I
Are
tried
you
to
going
get
to
hold
do
of
your other
Jerry.
show or no?
Jerry's either not available or not answering, and
Well, you know what? We'll get Jerry to get on our show. Our show. Do you have our show where you can
don't-
put
you
it
don't
up as
have to do- yeah.
as an advertisement for a second?
You don't have to do the after show if
No,
you can't
no.
find Jerry.
Oh, right. Well, no, Dershie and I will do the after show for a while on our own. But
yeah, Jerry,
you just put your headphones on. And,
Jerry just
I
said
know,
he
I'm
just
just
got home and he's not going to make it to the show.
he's not going to join us? Come on, man. Go walk the dogs for a while. Or take your
by the
phone
way,
with you
wait.
while you go walk your dogs.
You guys should talk about having your own little Slack chat room. Because Slack goes public tomorrow.
Oh,
Talk
right.
about that. Look it up.
All right, we'll check that out, too.
You really should.
All right. Well, Miss Lisa, I guess we've done our show long enough, so Mr. Dershie and I should talk some politics. What we'll do is
All right, because it's not going to happen if you don't talk about it.
it's what we do.
I know.
You know it. And you...
That's what I feel about that.
That cat is licking herself in a very personal place.
That's what I feel about
That ain't right.
That's what I feel about
So what do you want me to do? I can go out to the camper if you want me to.
Out to the camper.
Oh, I've been sent out to the camper,
Out to the
Dershie.
camper.
How am I going to do this?
Well,
No, you go to the camper.
No, I'm not going to the camper. I live here.
Go to the office.
You
We have an office.
Chuck. How about if I just unplug?
Well, you're going to hear me.
Well,
No, unplug it that
No,
and
I
you can plug into your
unplug
TV.
it.
Yeah, don't unplug there. Unplug
You
down
do
there.
it.
Right there.
No, you unplug this,
Yes, you got it.
and then you.
Oh, everybody say goodnight, Lisa.
Good night,
Night,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Shut up, Chuck. We didn't say shut up, Chuck, enough tonight. Look, see?
It's because I let you do most of the talking tonight.
And that, again, is what I feel.
The cat keeps licking herself. Let's see. If you're going to stay around, keep in mind that we're going to go political now. And if you're on the liberal bent, we've loved having you. And please come join us for the normal show. But this show is called what, Mr. Dershie?
Well, let's get rid of this at the end of the show, and we'll introduce the big beginning of this our show.
Okay. Well, let's advertise both of our other shows before we go. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, on our YouTube channel, which is The Truth is Free is how you can find us, or The Right Side of Politics. And that's Tuesday at 8 p.m. And Dershie and I get very political, like we kind of will tonight. Maybe not as much tonight, but quite a bit. And then we, our show after this, we call Lisa Left, So We're All Right. So then we go back to talking.
I made that name up.
And Lisa made the name up, which is even cooler. There is our advertisement if you're watching us right now for The Right Side of Politics with Chuck and Dersh.
All right.
And you'll like us if you're a conservative. And don't watch us if you're a liberal. You'll just be you'll just won't be happy.
Or if you're smart.
All right. Stand by, Chuck. We'll be
All
right
right.
Alright, it's my
All right, buddy.
Alrighty then. Thank you for listening to, watching the Chuck and Lisa show. Chuck and Lisa are, well, Lisa's gone, so this is, Lisa has left, and so we're all right with Chuck and Dersh, and hopefully Jerry sometime when he calls in. Chuck is temporarily relieving himself, and should be right back. In any case, if you're out there, please give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. If you have anything you want to talk about politically speaking, politics-wise, it's the same number as the Chuck and Lisa show. So go ahead and give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. And for those of you who don't know our phone number, I'm about to post it in the chat room on YouTube. 201-439-8092 is the phone number. And you need show ID 820-07366. Let us know how you feel. Give us a call. And hopefully Chuck will be here shortly. Oh, my comments while Chuck is still getting ready about the Democrat candidates is there literally is not one candidate of the 24 that is qualified to be president other than the qualifications of the Constitution, which is you have to be 35 years old and a citizen of the country. And other than that, they are certainly not qualified. It's amazing to me how the left is absolutely ballistic over things Trump says, even though Trump has been completely cleared of any and all wrongdoing in the hoax that was called Russiagate. It's incredible that they're on him for doing his or using his constitutional authority, and yet all 24 of the hypocrites running for the Democrat Party have proposed things which are in no way constitutional.
They're ludicrous.
So they're,
Hi, Dersh.
Hey, Chuck. Hey, we're already started. I've been talking about the 24 imbeciles known as the Democratic candidates for president.
I heard you. I was just enjoying listening for a bit. Letting you go off.
Well, I mean,
that was like the old days when you tweet.
Yeah, it's just so ludicrous. I mean, again, we have 24 candidates who are proposing things which are 100% unconstitutional if they try to enact them or do them, and yet they want to impeach.
Inconceivable and unaffordable.
They want to impeach Trump for executing his lawful duty under the Constitution as given by the founders and by former Congress. And the worst part is there's just nobody on the right side that's even calling them out on this bull crap. I mean, just absolutely beyond my comprehension.
Maybe they realize that they're shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know. They are doing just as you say, but maybe there's a reason. Yeah, I mean, I know that who is Mr. Trump is tweeting them to death and winding them up like unbelievably. Well, he does one tweet and sends them all whirling.
They just go ballistic. It's hysterical. It really is hysterical.
I love it
how he plays them. And the latest thing which I love is some moron on CNN said that the OK sign is now a signal for being a white supremacist.
Oh my goodness! A white person breathing is a symbol of white supremacy.
Well, according to the left, yeah, that's true.
That's what I mean.
Then you got other idiots that we're talking about. Who was it? Somebody from one of the 24 candidates said today that he doesn't understand why all the white supremacists in the country are Trump supporters. But they showed a clip. He showed a clip, and it was all these the people heading towards the Trump rally last night, and CNN cameras out there. So they're all walking by, giving the OK sign, and I was like, "Man, you idiot! Don't you know that they're playing on your stupidity, and they're just priming the pump, and you fools fall for it every single time. It's unbelievable."
Driven to the gap in right center field, Hoyt and Noisy chasing, and it's a diving catch by Dylan.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
A run-saving grab.
Chuck, you there?
Look at the ground that Dylan Noisy
Chuck.
covers.
Holy cow.
Hello, Chuck.
That's called closing speed right there. We've got
I lost Chuck somehow.
That ball was headed. from where we're sitting, and this is a young man.
Chuck!
Shortstop side of second base, and he just outruns this baseball. Full extension layout
Hello.
to finish off the play. And
Hello,
now it's
Chuck.
gonna end up on SportsCenter, a run
Well,
saving
looks like we
play
lost
for
Chuck
Dylan
somehow.
Noisy, putting his blazing speed on full display.
Yeah, Chuck just dropped off.
I'm like you, when that ball went up, the view we had, I said, there's no way.
Hang on, let's see if we can get him back. Stand by if you're still listening.
Left field side of second base.
Hello, Chuck, you're back.
Hey, Dersh.
What
You got me?
happened? Yeah, what happened? Lost you.
Yeah, I don't know. It just all of a sudden disconnected for a second. I was like, what happened? So I disconnected and called right back in. So I guess if that happens again, we know what to do.
Yep. All right, we're good. So anyway,
Fun with technology. Where were we?
I was just talking about how the people going to the Trump rally were just playing with the CNN and the left by giving the okay
son?
It just
That is hilarious.
it is. It cracks me up. But I love your post today on Cloud Hub, and I'm sure you did it everywhere else.
Yes.
Talking about there's more people in the bathroom at any given time than there are at any Democrat.
Isn't that the
rally.
truth?
Yeah,
Isn't that the truth?
it really is.
Go ahead.
No,
Yeah, I like your comments that you made. You go ahead and add to it.
Well, yeah, I replied back to you that the local news was showing the people outside. So there's over 20,000 inside, and outside
Right.
there's just a massive crowd, and they're watching a big screen outside, and the
Right.
news media was saying that there were more people outside the arena than were at the 24 Democrat candidates' last rallies combined.
Isn't that amazing?
But yet, according to CNN and MSNBC, Trump is losing steam and he's losing followers, and nobody likes him, and he's going to lose, to Bernie by 24 points. Did you see that poll?
Right. Yeah, I did.
24 points behind Bernie. Come on. There's no.
Well, they asked
possible way.
100%. They asked 100% Democrats, and that's as close as they could get it.
That's the only way. Even 100% Democrats, Bernie only gets a 24-point lead. That's the only way he can. And then you got Elizabeth Warren and creepy millionaire Joe are going to beat Trump in Texas. So you got two people who believe in murdering an unborn child on demand,
And they want to take your guns.
and they want to take your guns in Texas. Seriously?
Right.
Yeah, come on.
I know, it cracks me up. I mean, and they're also not just going against Bernie. They're against Trump. They're also going to be going against Ted, because Ted will be campaigning for him there.
Right.
And Ted is strong, and so will the governor. He's a great guy.
Oh, he's the best governor in the state, or in the country right now. Abbott?
No doubt.
Oh, love Abbott.
Yep.
What a great
He was a friend on Twitter for years before he decided to run. And then all of his real political friends he had to unfollow because, for obvious reasons, because we were quite bombastic, and he had to play it, as a governor would.
Yeah.
But during the time that I knew him, he always had great things to offer. He was always smart, just like he is as a governor, to be honest.
Absolutely.
He's an amazing man. He's an amazing governor. He may be handicapped physically, but man, he is more than made up for it in all of his capabilities and what he's done for the great state of Texas.
Sure enough.
Big time. Big time.
I love he vetoed like 50 bills in one day.
I do too.
This week. And I love how he Facebook does Facebook Live all of his signing of the bills he signs. And
I didn't even know that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. He signed some great bills lately. The pro-life bill that he signed.
Yes.
And, the one
I was so happy about that.
The one that a lot of Texans love is he signed the bill that outlaws traffic light cameras in the state.
Oh yeah, I do. I love that because those things are such a pain in the butt.
They really are. They've also.
We've all been zapped by one.
Well, I haven't, but you know the thing is.
You haven't?
No, I don't speed truck. You know, I don't. Man, I'm as black and white as you can possibly get, man. It's either right or it's wrong, and I stay on the right side, and that's where I hang out. But,
yeah. Well, when it comes to speed, I have a need for speed, so there's that.
I like driving fast. I just don't do it where I can. I love driving through Montana a couple times. You know, you can get up there, but so traffic cams and studies have absolutely shown that it actually causes more accidents than they prevent, because like you said, people love running those things and they see the traffic cam is on, so they slam on the brakes and get rear-ended.
Right. Now, I'm not telling anybody that I blatantly run traffic lights. It's just that by occasion you mistime it and you think, nah, I know this light is like 3 seconds, and all of a sudden 2 seconds it's changed and you're going through the light and you're like, oh crap, what are you going to do? It's not like 3 seconds after the light changed and everybody stopped, you go flying through the intersection, like sort of like at that race that we described in the other show.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. You know that most people, a lot of people see the little blue light that says camera's on, and they stop anyway, and the person behind them thinks they're going to go, and bam, you have an accident.
Right. Bam, there you are. You're exactly right. So that's I mean, they've done so many good things between. You know that Ted and Abbott have been very good friends for a very long time, and both of them have done so much for America in their own ways. It's amazing to see. It truly is. I mean, Ted's beginning his ride. He's still a young man, you know, and so is Greg. I mean, Greg is about what, 50 maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's not that old, that's for sure. He's a young guy.
I made a post either today or yesterday that I wish every state could be like Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean it in the way that, yeah, they would. I mean, if every state was like Texas, we'd believe in life, we'd believe in marriage, we'd believe in, you know, God, we'd believe in all the golden rules, pretty much. We love country music, and we'd dance in those awesome outfits that they wear. When I lived down there, I made sure I had a good pair of boots and a good hat, and a tight fitting pair of jeans. Yep, it was good times. When you live down there, I lived down there for 6 years, and I loved San Antonio, and it was so much fun down at the Riverwalk and going down to the Mayday. It's a Hispanic festival down in San Antonio, and I went every year, and it was just so much fun. So anybody that wants to visit Texas, or if you live down there, you live in a great place. We are envious of you if you're conservative from all the other 49 states. Would you concur, Mr. Dershon?
I certainly am. Well, you know, the other day when Abbott signed those bills we were just talking about, I posted on CloudHub and other places that he's making it really hard for me not to move to Texas.
Yeah.
It really is making it really hard for me not to move to Texas.
They've really got their act together down there now. They just got to figure out how to make it not turn purple, and that if Mr. Trump does this mass removal of illegal aliens before the election, it's a different ballgame nationwide. Because not only the people that he rounds up, but the people who are illegal that are in fear of being rounded up will leave on their own.
Yes, that's what happened to begin with. Remember, he started talking about that, and people started self-reporting, and then, you know, all these wacko judges from the Ninth Circus jumped in and started putting stays on things, and now
that they've been outruled,
all of a sudden they are, you know, 100,000 people show up at our border with cell phones and water and camping equipment.
Arriving on buses.
And driving in buses. All these poor people that can't afford to live in their country, have $1,000 cell phones.
Yeah.
I want to know how that happens.
Well, and the really, really, really dangerous and bad part about this is a lot of Mexican kids are and kids from Central America are dying on the way because they're being brought here by corrupt creeps who are only there to make money. And they could care the least whether the kid lives or dies. And most all the girls that are arriving have been sexually raped more times than you'd like to imagine. And you're talking little girls here.
Yeah, it's trafficking, which brings us to the AOC corner, and just the moronic statements you made about ICE running concentration camps on the border.
Go into that.
Oh my gosh! I mean, AOC is stupid, and it's clear to me, Chuck, that she has somebody who's writing
her scripts
for her.
I'd call a script.
She can't go more than a half-inch deep on anything that she says. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and if you challenge her, she stumbles and mumbles and can't come up with a coherent response. But I mean, but saying that ICE is running concentration camps. That is just about the dumbest thing I've heard anybody say in a very, very long time.
She doubled down on it today.
Oh, of course she did.
By the way,
she's wrong.
She said, "I will never apologize."
Well, she got blasted by a bunch of Jewish communities, and she was told by the what is it? The Jewish Holocaust Museum in Washington to basically read a book every once in a while.
Isn't her district in New York very Jewish?
Well, I'm sure
if I remember right, because it's downtown.
Yeah,
so I mean, and you gotta, and so she's really gonna piss off her own district with this.
Well, yeah, there was, I don't believe polls. We talked about this a while ago, but
right, polls aren't worth anything.
There's a poll right now that shows she's got like about a 10% popularity in her own district.
I believe it. I believe it. Well, as we're gonna get on the other show, we're gonna get my friend who's running against her on the show one day. I've got to talk to her about this because she's got to go. I mean, to make a statement. I mean, Lisa and I were talking about this the other night. The difference she calls it a concentration camp. She doesn't know what a concentration camp is. That's where people. No, not you. You and I agree that it's more of an internment camp. It's more like they were in World War II, where the Japanese were held.
The fact that you don't understand, that you say that I don't understand.
I wasn't referring to you.
You just said that.
I was talking. No. I was saying that Ocasio does not understand the difference.
Oh, I agree with her 100%.
Except for the concentration camp part. It's more of an internment camp.
Except for it.
You agree that it's a concentration camp, like where people got murdered. No, no one has died and no one will die.
Her idiotic excuse was today that there's a difference between a death camp and a concentration camp. And no,
my God, there's no difference.
There's no one being killed. There's no one being rounded up and brought in there. Those people are walking across the border on their own, illegally, walking up to a border patrolman and saying, "Take me to, your detention center."
Take me to your leader.
It is absolutely moronic to have any kind of comparison whatsoever to a concentration camp and what's happening down there. Those people are free to go home anytime they want. They can leave.
Right.
No one's going to stop them.
I will call it an turn your music up It's
Funny.
Do I need to go out to the camper now?
Am I gonna go on?
No, do I need to go out there now?
Because I'm not gonna go out on the camper.
You
for
just
to do a show.
said I didn't need to go anywhere. So either I can or can't. Which is it?
That's right. If you're bugging Lisa,
Well,
it's
it
like we can
appears
call
as
it
though
a
the
night.
breaking ball is the pitch he
We'll
feels
get our
most
shit
comfortable
coming
throwing.
Well, let's just pick
You know
a.
what? I'm
Frisbee
about done. It's
in
fine.
there.
I'm about-
And so,
Yeah, that's it. Usually happens. You're usually off to bed by now. It's good to see you though. You look beautiful. Your hair, by the way, is a great color. I'm being nice, but I'm being honest. Yes, you and I will continue this topic much more in depth next Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm going to keep telling everybody this, and I'm going to start advertising more. So get ready, everybody. You know how I am when I start advertising or get a bone. I can gnaw on it pretty good. So I've got 10 sites, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows because we want more people to join us on all 3 shows: the Lisa and Chuck show, the Lisa usually left, so we're all right, and also the Right Side of Politics. We've got good stuff. We're just a starter group. We're going to be actually shifting how we do this probably in the next 6 months or so, but we're still working on that. But Dershie and I, we do the video part. Lisa doesn't want to do any video yet, so we just do audio for that show. But Mr. Dershie is about scaring me half to death when I look up and I see my face on there and he's giving me no warning. You know what I mean? I looked up and I'm like, I'm glad I'm not picking my nose or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
That's funny. Oh man! All right, well I'm yawning.
So I got-
And
Oh yeah, you were tired when we started the show, and you were doing really good there. You woke up. Did you have a big thing of coffee? You've got the biggest gallon cup mug of coffee I've ever seen. If I had that much coffee at one time, I'd be awake till tomorrow night at 11:17 without sleeping.
that's my problem though. Is I'm completely immune to caffeine and coffee.
Are you?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I could drink my 32 ounce cup and then go right to bed.
Really?
Yeah, so
You're lucky that way.
I use it more as the way it keeps me awake is I keep drinking it, so I got something to do. You know,
Right.
that's how I stay awake.
Lisa just got through saying she's like you. She could drink a gallon of coffee like you can and go to sleep. I don't know are you guys aliens? Is that what's going on here?
You're the alien.
Well, either that or you're like who are the guys that black the movie about Men in Black. Are you Men in Black and you're trying to get me the alien?
Yeah.
Is that what? Lisa says you don't know. I'm not going to tell you that.
I'm supposed to tell you that.
Well, Chuck,
Is that what you guys are here for? You're just entertaining me until you take me to your leader?
yep.
Perhaps.
I've been
I will
drinking
never
coffee.
admit to you that I have green blood.
I've been drinking coffee for so long, Chuck, that I guess
I
I'm
have
immune
too.
to it.
It's funny. I've been drinking it since I was 12, and ever since I was 12, it gave me the jolt that I needed to get through a day or a night or whatever. I mean, it's like the 5-hour energy drinks. Just give me coffee. I don't need it.
Coffee has never given me a jolt.
Well, but also it's the same thing like when I have to take like a pain pill, like an oxy or whatever for my back. If I take a whole one like they prescribe, I get pretty zoomed. So I just take a half a one, which works out a lot better. I feel a lot more. First, you know how some people just react to medicines more than others.
Yeah.
I'm one of those, I guess, that does. So, like Lisa could take some medicines and stuff, and it won't do a thing for her. Like oxy, she could take an oxycodone, doesn't do anything. It's weird.
Wow.
So I think she's really the alien. She says I'm the alien. It's weird having the after show with Lisa going to bed when she's not going to bed. She might as well put her headphone back on.
And Jerry, we're going to have to pulverize our buddy Jerry because he skipped out on us.
You know what?
3
He
weeks.
keeps bailing on us, man.
Yeah.
You're right. He keeps bailing. He'd rather walk his dog than talk to us. What does that say about us?
I'm not going to say it on the air right now. We'll discuss that later. But
What do you think of the idea of him grabbing his phone so he could talk to us while he's walking around?
You think he'd be able to walk and talk at the same time, but
Well, yeah, I know that's like him walking and chewing gum.
Not. Apparently not.
Man, we could bust on him because he keeps not showing up.
Yeah, it's a bad thing not to show up because Chuck and Durst start talking about it. Man, you're in trouble. You got problems.
Oh man, that's bad.
That's bad, man.
Hey, Lisa meant for me to say something about Slack. There's apparently some meeting group place that we could also like have a group meeting, like you, me, and Jerry and whatnot. That she wanted me to mention because it's going active. It's going on the stock market tomorrow. It's what? It's going public tomorrow. So she thinks it's a pretty good investment. So it's not inside. It's not.
I mean, you guys should have a group there, though.
Oh, she thinks we should have a group there because she thinks it's a pretty neat site. So, just an idea.
I've never heard of it.
But on that same note, I mentioned to her that our friend Jeff over at Clout Hub is going to have something very much like that as part of one of his hubs and what he's doing. Right?
Yes, exactly.
He's going to have the ability for you to have private meeting groups as businesses, or civic groups and things like that. And by the way, I was talking about on the last show how we do free advertising. We do free advertising for Clout Hub because we like them. They're really good people. Well, Lisa says unless you're a Democrat, but that's because when you go through the gate right now, you see immediately what everyone is saying. And yes, right now the majority of people there are conservatives. So she doesn't like that part. When she goes through the gate, she wants a choice of going left or right or center, right when you get in the door versus seeing anything. So that's something they are working on, and Jeff has told us that that's one of the things for the future. So for some of you folks that are like on the left and still listening to us right now from the other show or coming over to the other show, be patient with it because it's going to change, and they've got some really neat ideas. Jeff has shown us the diagrams of how it's going to grow, what it's going to become, and the way it looks now and the way it's going to be. It is going to be a really good place to go. Yep. Parler is going to be more like Twitter in a way, but not as much interaction between both parties. It's more of a right-wing Twitter, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Twitter's going to be on the left, and Parler's going to be on the right, and Jeff wants Clout Hub to be a place where both sides can go and actually have a good conversation and debate. Which
was the original idea of Facebook and Twitter. But originally Facebook was designed to pick up college chicks, wasn't it?
Well,
that's what it originally was.
It was a meeting. It was a meeting place for
college kids.
College kids, yeah, and Ivy League kids more specifically. But it grew so fast, and became they actually started getting people who were not in the college and pretending they were because it was such a great place to go to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I went to the College of Life mostly. Went to college, but mostly the College of Life. That's so funny. But I did want to talk about Clout Hub a little bit on our show here, just because they're growing, and they're not having the growing pains that some sites are having, like Parler and
oh my gosh,
and USA.life, and who was the other one that somebody was having one of the other sites. It may have been Gab, I think it was. Well, yeah, that's what it was. They were down on it.
Yep.
On and off all day long for 3 days, and I figured they say it was updating, but you never know. So they had horrible connection problems. A lot of times you get 404 codes and everything else. But the one thing I've noticed about Clout Hub is they're very advanced in their server, the way they've got the server set up, so they're not overloading. They're not even slowing down. But on that same note, they aren't on the desktop yet, so that's going to put another load onto the system.
Well,
But-
as you know, being a computer geek, when Jeff was talking
Yep.
to us, he
Yep.
was talking about they're actually using the Microsoft server farm. So there will never be a point where CloudHub will even slow down,
See, that's awesome.
because you know, once you get to a certain size and certain amount of data, it actually automatically
Right.
bumps you up, and you never know it. It just doesn't.
Unlike
it doesn't
Twitter,
matter.
who always lost servers.
Correct.
Right.
For a while.
That's really cool, because tell everybody a little bit about Twitter in the early days. What used to happen?
Well, Twitter used to disappear basically when you get on
Yeah.
there, and they started growing so fast. Same things happened in the Parler. They really didn't know that Twitter would blow up the way it did.
Right.
And they just didn't have the server farm
Well,
available. But of course, back
Not
you
much.
know, when Twitter was starting,
Yeah.
the technology just wasn't there either, that like the way it is today.
Oh yeah. Yes.
But Parler,
You're
made a
right.
mistake. They I don't believe whoever is hosting Parler, I don't believe has a capability of dealing with the amount of traffic they have now. You
Right.
know, with just
They've grown extremely fast.
You know, with the rumor Trump might go there, they blew up, and they don't have the ability to handle it. And I think they're going to have to make some major changes to
Right.
their servers and their speed, or people are just going to stop going.
Right.
It's extremely
Hey.
annoying, though, that you never know if the parlor is going to be up or not.
I agree. Now, so everybody knows the show that we do, The Right Side of Politics, on Tuesday. Dershie is a longtime teacher. I've been doing computers since the TRS-80, otherwise known as the Trash 80. So we're both uber geeks, and we talk about this stuff. And we're going to keep you filled in on the different websites, how they're doing in development and things like that. And we're pretty straightforward. We will hammer some sites like Tumblr. Get rid of the porn. I know it's free. I know it's a free site and you can block people, but you got to be careful over there, because if you take one wrong turn, all of a sudden you've got a whole lot going on in your face.
Well, USA.life,
And
unfortunately, is heading that way too, and it's a shame, because that was really supposed to be a Christian hangout, you know.
Yes.
But,
Well, what you're getting there is an awful lot of those hobots.
Yeah.
Somebody told me where they're from today. I've been looking a long time to find out exactly where these people are deriving from. Most are from Russia. And it's an intentional thing to disrupt the growth of websites and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's late. Lisa's ready for bed. I'm getting tired. You're tired. I wanted to let everybody know this is kind of like a teaser, because next Tuesday at 8 o'clock on The Right Side of Politics, we'll talk about this stuff more. We'll talk about it every week. It's one of the things we do. And I think it's time to go to bed. So what do you think, Dersh? You ready to call it a night?
Sounds good for me. Florida State just lost, and they're out of the College World Series, so I'm going to go cry in my soup a little bit. And
No, cry over a beer.
anyway.
You've already had a gallon of coffee. What's a beer going to do?
Yeah, for real. All right. Love you, brother. I appreciate your
Love
your
you too,
time
man.
tonight, man.
Have a great night. I hope we had folks listening to us.
Yeah. I'm glad you're feeling better, too. If people out there don't know, Chuck was
Thanks.
under the weather there for a little bit, and hopefully he's going to be doing better and better.
I'm good.
All right,
there.
man.
I'm
And
good,
Jerry,
man.
too.
Either that or I'll die, one or the other.
Our buddy Jerry out there who abandoned us is also feeling a little sick, so we got to get him back
Yes.
going, too.
I hope he feels better.
All right, well,
All right, my friend.
Appreciate
I love
it.
you. Have a great
thanks
night.
for listening, everybody out there. We love you guys. Catch us next week, 8 o'clock Tuesday night on The Right Side of Politics, and we'll pick up where we left off. Love you, man.
And Obama still sucks.
Absolutely.